Now, Bella can go shopping and Dan can go clubbing, but for me, this is what it's all about. It's Tarifa, the real Tarifa, a kite surf shop where you can buy your equipment and learn how to kite surf, especially from a qualified instructor like Daniele.
Hey,
how are you doing?
Thanks a lot. Yeah.
If you want to learn kite surfing, what are the essential things to start off with? I suppose a kite, no?
Right.
Something like this?
Exactly, something like this. What we really get so important is the maneuvers of the kite.
Right.
So really what we learn first is how to control the kite.
Then you attach the kite, right, to something
Exactly, we got
like
the
this.
bar.
This is the bar with lines.
That's the bar and lines. That's the handle of the kite, how
Right.
to control the kite.
Now you need a board. So obviously you're not going to start off with a radical board, are you? You're going to have something that's easy to learn on. So I suppose this would be the one, no? This one here?
Exactly, this will be the one, very easy, big board. You just stay on easily.
Now, if you want to move on to something a little bit more radical, then I suppose it's this one here, isn't it? Now that's something special, isn't it? That's a Bjorn kite board, which is South African make, and it comes complete. How high can you actually jump with these kite surfing boards?
You can go 50 meters high.
Wow.
So high. You like a bird flying in the sky, eh? When you jump over.
I'm going to share a little piece of heaven with you, nestled right here between glamorous Marbella and Estepona. This is the 5-star Las Dunas, a leading hotel of the world with a reputation for unabashed luxury and tranquility. With its dreamy location directly on the beach and surrounded by lush tropical gardens, it's a wonderful place to holiday in style. The Michelin star cuisine at Las Dunas is superb, and there are several beautiful restaurants to choose from. In the evening, you can dine al fresco under the stars at the Lido, or there's the hugely popular Bistro Felix with its stunning piazza setting and experimental Asian fusion dishes. If you fancy spoiling yourself, then the Serenity Spa is a haven for mind, body and spirit. You can indulge in a full range of spa treatments, from the aroma ocean wrap to this, the exotic coconut rub, which I thought I'd try, all in the name of research. If you're too blissed out after your treatment, why not make the most of room service? With a suite like this, I'm quite happy to order in. If you want to step out in Tarifa, then there's a certain kind of hippie chic style that it's essential to adopt. Now the idea is to look as though you've just thrown on your clothes after a hard day's kite surfing, but in fact, there's a lot more to it. Now I'm here with Mon, who owns the 9x9 boutique in the main district of fashion for Tarifa. Mon, how long has the shop been open?
For 4 years.
And how did you start?
Well, I moved to Tarifa 12 years ago when I met my husband. He used to be a pro windsurfer, so I used to travel with him around. Then I got tired, so I decided to base in Tarifa, and then we stayed here, and I decided to open the shop.
What kind of labels do you stock here?
Yeah, we have like Dolce & Gabbana, Cavalli, we have Replay, Diesel.
One of the many labels that Mon stocks here in 9x9 Boutique is called Mala Mujer, and the brains behind the label, that's Irina, the designer, is going to tell me how it all began.
The beginning was like a joke between some friends who wanted to have fun and make some t-shirts, and surprise, we made some t-shirts and everybody wanted to have a Mala Mujer t-shirt. The same happened with every garment we made, so why not?
It just grew from there.
Yes.
So what's the philosophy behind Mala Mujer?
Mala mujer is a woman that wants to take the role of men, that wants to be sexy, wants to be independent, wants to break rules, and want to wear something that makes people talk about her.
Which I think would appeal to a lot of women.
Yeah.
Finally, I have to ask you, where did your idea for the logo come from that I've got here, the heart with the horns?
Well, that's really Mala mujer, which is a mix between something very sweet as the heart and something very wicked as the horns.
Well, good luck with it all.
Thank you.
Welcome to Goiseco in Dali, which is set in the Sierra Blanca. Now, Sierra Blanca, without doubt, is one of the most exclusive areas of Marbella. My father set up here in 1980, where he opened Tony Dali's on the Golden Mile, and is still there today. But this is slightly different. This is a blend of Basque and Italian cuisine which has been fused together, and we're going to show you what it's all about. So come on inside. In each feature, I'll be delving deeper into the huge range of cuisine available on the coast, also teaching you how to make some of the dishes you've seen at home today. We'll be looking at some of the pastas that come from different regions in Italy, like Pescara and the Abruzzi area. Also, we'll be looking at some of the best wines in Europe. We all know how important it is to have a nice bottle of wine with our plate of pasta, our meat and our fish. Today we're lucky because we've got Spain's #1 wine man, Raúl. Raúl is going to show us probably the best bodega in Spain. Right, the reason why this bodega is important is because the wines that Raúl puts into this bodega are very limited. There's not many bottles of each mark. And to just give you an example, I'm just going to pick up this bottle of wine here. And this bottle of wine is special. Why? ¿Por qué esta botella de vino es especial?
Porque es un vino de postre.
Okay, it's a dessert sweet wine. And ¿cuántas botellas es esto?
12.
And there's only 12 bottles of that wine in the world. So that says, and I think that says something. And I think the price is like 500 euros, isn't it? That's un buen precio para esto, no? Which is apparently very cheap for this particular bottle of wine. I would think so as well, having only 12 bottles of this. But that's saying something, isn't it? Right. This is the Italian side of the kitchen here. And when I mean Italian, this is where they prepare the pasta, risotto, and on the other side, that's the Basque side, and he's preparing a typical Basque dish, bacalao pil pil, from the north of Spain. And on top he's putting cheeks of cod, which is a delicacy. And then what we'll do later is we'll start fusing the two dishes together.
It is Tuesday, and it so happens that's market day here in Bodrum. The big bazaar is open up. It specialises today in clothing, ornaments, leathers, all sorts of things. In fact, you can get almost anything you want in here. This is more my thing. Now, this is what Turkey's all about. What's your best-selling spice here?
This is our special mixed spices, 41 different spices mixed together for barbecue.
41 spices, so I can put it on any meat, on chicken,
meat, yes.
That's fantastic.
Barbecue.
Now, when it comes to shopping, you're not just limited to the bazaars and shops downtown. There's a whole range of upmarket shops here too, and I've been amazed to see almost every brand label imaginable in a modern precinct like this one, right here in the centre of Bodrum itself. Now, if you have a sweet tooth, you couldn't possibly walk past one of these. This is a pastane or sweet shop. Sweets as in confection, not bonbons. They sell all sorts of wonderful things in here. Look, chocolate confection with walnuts on, specialty milk puddings. I'm going to have one of these. It's a little pastry filled with apple and dusted with sugar. It's called a kurabi, beer kurabi. And here comes a little aperitif. Well, what are these?
Starters, also we have hot starters.
What are these?
Cheese roll made fried, this one.
Cheese rolls. Now that is a gherkin. At the time of filming this, Turkey remains a candidate nation for EU membership. That means it's not yet a member, but negotiations are at an advanced stage. In currency terms then, it's the Turkish lira and not the euro that's king here. Although most shops will accept euros and dollars, my advice is to use the local currency because you lose a lot less through exchange rates. I've been very impressed with my first visit to this part of Turkey. There's a real live and let live philosophy here. And what I'm particularly impressed by is the fact that you're encouraged to tune into local customs and fit in, not opt out and live in little enclaves. If that sounds like you, I'd seriously give Turkey some consideration. France is a huge country that really caters for every possible taste. Metropolitan, rural or coastal chic, Bordeaux, Charente or the Côte d'Azur. You'd have to be the property hunter from hell not to find something here. Ever since we discovered the Dordogne, the Cotswolds of France, over 40 years ago, we've become increasingly adventurous about where we're prepared to settle. Now, with cheap flights and superb road and rail networks, nothing is off limits. The push further south has made areas like Languedoc-Roussillon in the southwest of France seriously worth consideration. The fact that French farmers' markets have now been exported to the UK is a real indication of just how much we've fallen in love with them. But there's nothing like the real thing in its proper geographical context. I just can't resist myself wandering around and buying at will. And down here, you're never more than 30 minutes from a decent market. Bonjour, ça va? Vous avez un fromage bleu très fort? Les Allemands, les Hollandaises, ah oui. Alors, I'm just going to try and taste. It's very traditional here to taste the cheese before you buy it. Je dois goûter maintenant? That's lovely. Les vignes, c'est près d'ici?
Ici.
Ouais.
Oui, ça c'est par exemple ici, vous avez Tourette sur vous.
Ouais, c'est un rosé. Et qu'est-ce que c'est ça? Parce que c'est dans un flagon. Ah, c'est huile. This is the celebrated Promenade des Anglais. So called because in Edwardian times, Brits who had a few bob used to come down here for a bit of winter sunshine, and they made this promenade their preferred territory for a stroll. All that promenading on the Promenade des Anglais quickly caught on, and hey presto, people realised this was a pretty good place to come all year round. The Mediterranean idyll was born, and pretty soon everybody wanted a slice of the action. With everything this place had to offer, it was inevitable that more and more slices of the coastal cake had to be found. Cannes, Antibes, Saint-Tropez, and this little hotspot, Juan-les-Pins, all established themselves as desirable places on the Côte d'Azur's Hall of Fame. Salut. And if you prefer a more sedate and gentil environment, you need do no more than head a few miles inland, where the bronze torsos and bikinis give way to a glass of pastis and a leisurely lunch. So, how can I sum up France? Well, there are two qualities that, no matter how much you try and keep battening them down, keep forcing themselves to the surface. The first is a rhythm of life here, which is very confident and established. And the second is a culture in art, music and lifestyle, which is not about to let itself be diluted by incomers. If you could embrace both of these, then you might end up being just as enchanted by this country as I am.